So if by any chance you are an Igbo man and there are Igbos in our country, for which reason they've elected you to be their leader, be their leader and stop this arrogant way of imposing yourself on the people. And now Kwasi 70 many are just smart work what say we so obo we Igbo hine ko you wan adwuma I tell Kwasi 70 no what home am obi aba oso ye hine wo man ni na wo bo nso hine ni bi na wakokoto nanim ko you smart no to da adwene say dia na ya na kamu Minister of Interior, deport this guy. Deport him. Because he will create chaos between us and our Igbo brothers. Deport him. Deport him.
The council for them to induct us. First of all, that's the hate speech. Secondly,
okay, so hold on. You see what he's trying to do? That is a hate speech. So he's trying to incite the brothers, the Nigerian brothers, for them to think that there's Ghanaians raising hate speech. Listen, this guy is a very dangerous character. We can't have him in our nation. He's a very dangerous individual. This is not hate speech. This is you disrespecting the people. This is you being in the face of the people. And the people are calling on you to stop being in their face. Stop imposing yourself on them. And you say it is a hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? You don't come to our nation and begin to behave the way you want and expect that we will succumb to this nonsense. What is the position of the law? We've lived with our brothers from Nigeria, time immemorial, more than 100 years. How's that for Nikruma? Now I want to build my easy one. And to think that he even calls himself a doctor. Let us find out. School Ben will call your friend doctor. JTech for write to him and ask him, which school did he attend that he calls himself a doctor? We've been free, we've been living peacefully with our brothers from Nigeria. All of a sudden, you are becoming imposing. You are imposing yourself on the people. And the people naturally will rebel. What kind of nonsense is this? Now, you go back in your shadia. 1970, 69 years, and you had Buzia, a buy. Buzia by Akufo-Addo Papa. Akufo-Addo Papa, and a executive secretary, a president, and a Buzia, a prime minister. No, I know by was it. Ghana, Nigeria, for Nigeria. Sasatam, Kruma was any one African, it's any about the Bian San Nigeria for them. Me no kase Accra New Town. What when you Accra? Near for Lagos Town. Mewa. Motran Kenya San near for. If San Lagos of Nigeria for nyina Wafa. E bre bia atwa mo fi. Undu kan hye ne wan dia. O ma no mo businesses wo mo ye adwuma pa no. Yi ko for kakra bi. Nya kan nyina Nigeria for. And the economy Nigeria for which reason there must be some policies that seeks to protect the Ghanaian people. And what was aliens compliance order. Yeah, twisted history. Now as the word says, aliens compliance order. Now it wasn't an expulsion order. Say it's a Nigeria for some. Yeah, they can't come Nigeria for. Busia buying say, Lagos Town. Businesses in Yamaji. Then we need to regulate you people. And for that matter, aliens compliance order. Say the immigration laws of our nation. We want all aliens. Comply with the regulations of our nation. The immigration laws of our nation. So that was the motive of the aliens compliance. It is about now my name. And the Amrade war my name. We are Nigerian new. We are Lebanese new. It wasn't even just Nigerians. Lebanese people had taken over, taken our market. The economy had gone into the hands of the Lebanese and the Nigerians. So Busia sought to protect the interest of the Ghanaian people. Thereby introducing aliens compliance order by saying that if you will do business, there are certain businesses that has been allocated and protected for the Ghanaian citizens. For which reason, if you are a non-citizen, you cannot venture into those businesses. What was the motive? Protecting the Ghanaian. The whole motive of the aliens compliance order was to protect the Ghanaian citizens. Why you the Busia was okay? Say a certain duration of time for which some you follow compliance. Compare open citizenship. Koko pebi. Say open agree you want stay one. Koko pebi. Sometimes Nigeria for no do mine. No more say Busia dia go. E bra ye dem a wo mo say wo nya nya de no man timi anya. No say this man follow dia all of you. Precisely. No pamo wo mo. It's your aliens compliance order. It wasn't an expulsion order. It wasn't that was sorry and was money na mo sorry kumko. One more time say mo fanye bibi nya de. Na mo nkɔ immigration for and documentary. After you did more so many and Busia, a Pamu, Nagana for home. Since then, Yanina Muaba, Yamutala time, a Nigeria president, Nantin to two. Satam oil boom Yabama, Nigeria, and why you be your honey. And a Ghana for in Kwagegi. If it's a Nigeria for any Akosha or you so, your friend a Dutch disease. What would you economy be Brino? Nagompe, teaching, any artisan in one year. And one more Yanni at the deck. And a Kobe say, Ghana for a teacher for, Ghana for Mason, Ghana for artisans in Ghana, Nigeria. Nana Ghana for teacher for no brain. Eti wo mo Nigeria for to compete with them. It's by 1982 no. Na Ghana for no jig Nigeria for ni nyuma na afa. Ya na the high life by no musua. Ya na bebre ya na ko no musua. Hip life is start free. As want to start free ni no musua. But we behave like brothers. Nigeria and Ghana. Wa musu ya no say mo beji nyuma dia. And Ghana must go. Late 1982. No mo pamo Ghana for nyina ha. And ko ti magu yeso. Nearby. Since then, we've come to an agreement that we will live peacefully in this country. So, and we wake up one day. A certain individual called Igbo Dr. Izzy all of a sudden says that I have come to Ghana. I have been made the king of Igbos, and for that reason, I am building my kingdom. What nonsense kingdom is that? Kingdom where? First of all, we are going to look at even assassin also the building kingdom. Let us look at the position of the law when it comes to the constitution. Does the constitution allow non-citizens to be able to acquire land? Claim it's our borderlands. You have not bought any land. Even the concept of buying land, there is no way a non-citizen of our nation can buy land. It will be leased to you. And if I make a constitution in Article 266 near Guardian, what nonsense is that? Then you are imposing yourself on the people. If you want to lead your people, a settler community, there's nothing wrong with it. I was ya kaso be your hinia. Ya what the constitution it children your hinia. You hear about Article 277. Near who is a chief in this country. Nemo me answer Article 261. Was in no interest in land. Then he is me. Now so grandma for Nkabi. Was she be ana? Then he is me no Nkabi. We are Nigerian, we are Lebanese. Constitution in say, my create any interest in land, and freehold interest. Freehold in this word forever and ever. What's be so Constitution Article 266 was no interest in land, in or rights over any land in Ghana shall be created, which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana, a freehold interest in the alien land Ghana. So by building kingdom. Then we are assassin. Me and farmer in perpetuity to any non-citizen of our nation. Which nonsense? It kingdom no building on. Now if I go to Clause 2 say was an agreement, deed or conveyance or whatever of whatever nature which seeks, contrary to clause 1 of this article, to confer on a person who is not a citizen of any Ghana any freehold interest or rights over any land is void. It is a freehold a conveyance, be a deed of conveyance. The candidate of conveyance akrata now to assassinate. Nasa sakrata no e ma kwan say oh ye de ma wa febo constitution clause 2 say a void precisely. And even time I 1992 constitution by 1969 any non-citizen of Ghana be no freehold interest. There was several land titles there were Lodia title, there were usufruct interest, there were common law freehold, there were freehold. Ni nyina no yes we non-citizen who could be after the Article 263, then you read it. It's a kingdom law building what year. Now, where on the 22nd day of August 1969, any person not being a citizen of Ghana had a freehold interest or right over any land in Ghana, that interest or right shall be deemed to be a leasehold interest for a period of 50 years at a peppercorn rent commencing. Peppercorn rent, not even a freehold lease. Commencing from the 22nd day of August 1969, and the freehold reversionary interest in any such land shall vest in the president on behalf of and in trust for the people of Ghana. I also have a be reversionary interest. See the assassin will be not a nippani mano a yes, I say nippani it must reverse to the rightful owner. And he says it will be our non-citizen or freehold interest in land. By the coming into force of the 1969 constitution, Sans are sitting now, you're converting it into another interest. That is a rent. Tenio. They will say nippani who it will come back to the president. So the reversion in the land will come back to the president. We are lawyer for the Betias. That's what they make sure say. We are Nigerian new, we are Zimbabwe new, we are Lebanese new. And Brana say, see the assassin mawa. We will give it to you for only 50 years, even that minus a day. So you can hold it for 49 years, plus 364 1/4 days, minus a day. We have assassin. So we'll be better as my assassin building kingdom. Kingdom now building for 50 years. Are you normal? Now, young Konian Shadani for the next clause to so. Number for the read. Was in no interest or right over any land in Ghana shall be created, which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana, a leasehold for a term more than 50 years at any one time. It is as if you are a Toma non-citizen for more than 50 years. It was what was what assassin way. Even that it is a leasehold, you lease it to the person. And so be lease be mawa. So be the assassin mawa. Now say you leasehold a transaction. You probably be sublease. When you are subleasing, but the assassin ma akushia. The ma akushia person the assassin be ma kofi. It's a sublease. You need an express approval from men who are the original owner holding the Lodia title. And yes, idea. You cannot give it. It's also by building the kingdom. What 250 plots. That's what the people ma what the command one. Yes, I go pram him for no. Who are the real owners of the land. They are loyal title owners, and they also seek permission. So which kingdom is he building? Or building kingdom no way. Because when the assassin movie through any other sublease agreement, you are supposed to seek permission from the Nego owners. So the kingdom of building the idea. What nonsense is that? And even per the arrangement of a year constitution, or maybe sit down here, or here permit from the assembly. After what I'm going to build a kingdom, and we will name this under this over this. Even naming of roads, you need an express approval from the assembly. Then you come here and you want to impose yourself on people. And what kind of nonsense is that? You want to create confusion.
Exactly.
When you impose yourself on the people naturally will rebel. Now you are trying to create some tension which is not there. We have been living with our Nigerian brothers for years. Our Hausa brothers have been here for more than 100 years. Have they come in to say they are creating their Hausa kingdom? Even Nigerians, you have different tribes and your tribal tensions. By the virtue of the fact that you are trying to raise this thing as if Ghana is in support of Igbos against Yorubas, Igbos against the other tribes, you will be creating a certain tension in Ghana we are not ready for. And it's a threat to our national security. What kind of nonsense is this? Then you come into our nation, and even when they have told you that what you are doing, it has the tendency of raising tribal tensions. And then there's a video that this guy came to answer, and if you look at the arrogance in which he was speaking, as if he owned the country, saying that what you are saying is a hate speech. Nonsense, my brother. What kind of nonsense is that? Nobody hates Igbos. Nobody hates Yorubas. Nobody hates houses. We are only saying that don't impose yourself on the people. And stop being arrogant. You come to people's land, you disrespect them. And when the people are complaining, you come in and some arrogance. There's a hate speech.
What is going on?
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana.
Okay, so Danny, hold on. Pause with it. So Akufo asked you a question of whether you're chief of Igbo community or not. There is a case called Rimoshi. The courts have settled that when it comes to say, and Xenophobia to Kotina, baby, Esi and Yak and Dinibia would do money. Sabaya or Chanaka will be the Bonia, you bet me a Tracy. The Coco do America, you were Santa for him in New York, you were this, you were that. Sanya and Momu free through Hoba Santa Member, you almost for him, you were Alaba for him, you were this, you were that. There is nothing wrong with it. So if by any chance you are an Igbo man and there are Igbos in our country, for which reason they've elected you to be their leader. Be their leader. And stop this arrogant way of imposing yourself on the people. And now Kwasi 70. Many are just smart work or say, where's who or bow a Igbo hine. But don't want to hear I can't what home am Obiaba or so your hidden woman. No war bones so hidden. No one to him. But you're smart in the Twitter, and said, so if you are a leader, even that you are not a chief, listen to me properly. Who qualifies to be a chief? Danny, let's go and educate this guy under Article 277 and let him know who is a chief in our land. What the Constitution requires. Now, when it comes to definition of a chief, per Article 277, in this chapter, unless the context otherwise requires, chief means a person who, hailing from the appropriate family and lineage, has been validly nominated, elected, selected, and installed, and scanned, or installed as a chief or commander in accordance with the relevant customary law and usage. So you are not a chief. And Rimosi case has established that that it's not a chief properly so called. When you are a leader of a settler community, you cannot call yourself a chief. And then let's go to section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. That is Act 759. Young Conqueror, what it says. If somebody is not a chief and the person calls himself a chief, it is an offense. Per section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. A person who acts or performs the functions of a chief when that person is not qualified to act. Being a chief assumes a position that the person is not entitled to be by custom. You have committed a crime. So you cannot be calling yourself a chief in our nation. Talk less of saying that you are a king. What nonsense king is that? My brother, don't come to our nation and show us some disrespect. We are not timid and call cowards like that. Don't do that. We want to live peacefully with our brothers. I sometimes even feel like the Igbos have the same spirit as that of Asantis because they are very dominating characters. Whenever they get to any place, they are very dominating. So I like my Igbo people. You get a point. For which reason, at some point, even people used to call me Chino doing KDS 111. My friends used to call me that. So don't come and create tensions between us when there is none. Imposing yourself, I'm the king of Igbo, and nonsense. If you are a leader of the settlers community, shut up and be the leader. And stop this arrogance of I am the chief, king of Debe and Debe. Kingdom where? We have fought for lands already. Ningo Pram, it belongs to families. So why are you going to build your kingdom? And who is going to allow you that? Are you waging war? The only way you can do that is by war of conquest. Have you fought in any war? Who is going to allow you to build a kingdom? Where did you fight? Where did you fight to get kingdom? My friend, stop this nonsense. You are a brother, but stop this nonsense. Don't come to our land and begin to show on our face some arrogance as though we are some coward and timid people, for which reason you can walk in and do anything you like. You need to stop calling yourself a king. You are not a king. You are not even a chief. Don't do this. We want to live with our Nigerian brothers in peace. We love them. They love us equally. All of a sudden, you are trying to show some tensions and all that. Now to the interior minister, if by any means possible, this guy is going to raise tensions between us and Nigerians, and the people are not happy. The Ghanaian people are not happy. So if this guy is going to raise, please, I don't know whether he is even a citizen of our nation. I learned he's been here since 1995. If you have been here since 1995, the assumption is that you've been able to acquire some citizenship in terms of being a Ghanaian. Even that, the Citizenship Act, 2000, it shows who qualifies to be a Ghanaian. Whether you can speak properly a native language. An Igbo language is not part of our language. So we are telling you on authority, Interior Minister, if it's possible, deport him. You shouldn't come and raise any tension between us and Nigerians. We love our Nigerian brothers. Your arrogance and your stupidity cannot raise any tension between us. If you're the leader of Igbos, shut the fuck up and be leader of Igbos. Don't be calling Ghanaians and say, I have honored you, I have titled you, give you carrying yourself as if you own the land. You don't own any land. You don't own any land. Even on one case, any brothers from a year, and then both of you are the brothers from Kumasi.
Xenophobia controversy, Xenophobia saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an older video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo, Osetutu II, the Ashanti Kingdom. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community. As a kingship of Igbo in Ghana here, we are not part of it because we have our king in Ashanti region. That is Otufo, Osetutu II, and we are making everything possible best not to allow this protest or this any of these things come to Ashanti region here. So it's my advice to Ghanaian youth, you have to think before you act. Xenophobia controversy, Xenophobia saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an older video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo, Osetutu II, the Ashanti Kingdom. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community. As a kingship of Igbo in Ghana here, we are not part of it because we have.
Danny, it's okay. Now let's come in and let me speak directly to you, my brother. What is his name? I learned Dr. BB. You are not even. I don't know where you got your doctor title from. Let me tell you, we are a nation of laws. You came into our country. I believe so strongly that every person on the African continent is welcome to our nation for one reason. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe in the unification of our land as a one people. But until so, when you come to our land, which our forebears fought for, you don't come in and show us disrespect. And when you have shown us disrespect, and the people are calling on you to do the right thing, you don't begin to pull in and hear the hate speech. Precisely. That type of hate speech. That is a video now. Bring it back and let me speak to him. Say that is xenophobic. So you are trying. Let me speak to him.
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana.
You are not a chief of Igbo. You are the leader of Igbo communities. You are not a chief. Stop calling yourself that. You are not, and you can never be. The Rimosi case is very assertive on that. You are not a chief because there is no bloodline in Ghana here that you come from as a chief, as a royal. There is no ethnicity in our nation called Igbo. Now, when you happen like that, even when you are dead and gone, you'll be creating chaos between the Igbo communities on our lands because you'll be willing it to your kid. Whereas when it comes to leadership of this nation, it is by election. So don't be calling yourself a chief of this, chief of that. You are a leader of the Igbo community. If they've elected you, shut up and be like that and stop this nonsense.
I had the same story. A lot of people have been calling me, sending me links from Amma Ghana. It's called Amma Observer, and a certain guy also called Nitete. Nitete speaking Ghana, and I'm speaking English. And I've been watching those links people have been sending to me. I ignore them. The reason why I ignore them.
See the exhibition of arrogance as if he owns the people. My brother, you don't own anybody in this country. I'm telling you. We love our Igbo brothers, but don't begin to create these kind of divisions and arrogance. It will erupt a bad energy in the Ghanaian people. When it does, there will be tension. And I'm saying to the Interior Minister, if the actions of this guy is going to cause chaos between us and our Igbo brothers, deport him. Let him go to his country. If you have given him citizenship by registration, we can revoke that citizenship and take him to his land. Don't come and create any nonsense between us and our brothers from Nigeria. What is that?
It's never true. How come a blogger will sit down to say that Igbo king in Ghana bribed Ghana Traditional Council for them to induct?
So let's put it on record. Pause there. Let's put it on record. The Ghana Traditional Council has released a statement. You should stop calling himself like Igbo king. And I think it's in order. Thank you, the Ghana Traditional Council. You go pram for us to issue statement. Minister of Interior, deport this guy. Deport him. Because he will create chaos between us and our Igbo brothers. Deport him. Deport him. We want to live in peace with our Nigerian brothers. We want to live in peace with our Yoruba brothers. Whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Hausa, we want to, whether from Warri, wherever you are from, we want to live in peace with our brothers from Nigeria. Don't begin to bring this superiority complex over us. What kind of superiority complex is that? Now you're questioning
diaspora throne in Ghana. How can somebody who say that the Igbo chief in Ghana and all the Igbos are 419, that we used 419 system to bribe the council for them to induct us? First of all, that's the hate speech. Secondly,
okay, so hold on. You see what he's trying to do? That is a hate speech. So he's trying to incite the brothers, the Nigerian brothers, for them to think that there's Ghanaians raising hate speech. Listen, this guy is a very dangerous character. We can't have him in our nation. He's a very dangerous individual. This is not hate speech. This is you disrespecting the people. This is you being in the face of the people. And the people are calling on you to stop being in their face. Stop imposing yourself on them. And you say it is a hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? You come to our land. And when you are disrespecting us, we tell you that you are disrespecting and you say it's a hate speech. Which hate speech? Stop this disrespect. Our forebears fought for the land that we live on. Where were you when our forebears were fighting for our lands? And you come in and we are telling you that what you are doing, you create tribal tensions. And you say it is hate speech. Who the hell do you think? What superiority complex are you suffering from? Now let's move on. Let me listen to him.
The entire Igbo community and the entire Nigerians.
No. Nobody is talking about the entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Nigerians. Make it about you and your arrogance. Make it about you and your superiority complex. Don't rope in entire Igbo community. Don't rope in entire Nigerian community. These antics and theatrics, we've gone past that nonsense. We don't have any problem with any Igbo. We don't have any problem with any Hausa. We don't have any problem with any Yoruba. We don't have any problem with any Nigerian living here legitimately. But you can't come in and begin to suffer from superiority complex and say, I'm the king of Igbo and hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? We are men, we are not cowards, we are not women. Now move on, let's listen to you.
She and Tete is saying what they don't know about. Number 4 is a hate speech that can even cause xenophobia.
Okay. You see. Mutaka, I think it must take you. This guy must be deported. Honorable Mutaka, with the greatest of respect, deport this guy. So when he says xenophobia, said he was South Africa. Now you're Nigeria and Ghana force. Now this guy is drawing our minds that because we are calling him to order, then it is xenophobia. He's going to cause xenophobia. It is your reaction and the way you are getting in the face of the people that has the tendency of causing xenophobia. You are suffering from superiority complex, my brother, and you better be one. We don't care. Listen. When you come to Ghana, you do what the law says you do. I'm not like Captain Smart who follows the money. It's about the money for. Don't do that nonsense on our lands. We love Igbos. We love Yorubas. We love Nigerians. I have a lot of friends who are Nigerians. Don't begin to use your superiority complex to cause chaos. You. And it's about you. There's no xenophobia anywhere. It's about you and the way you are behaving. If you're a leader, be a leader of the Igbo communities. If you want to do your own meetings, do so. If at some point you want to do something nice to reintegrate all of them, do so. Don't come in this complex. We are going to build our own kingdom. We are going to build our own school, our own food, our own this. Then somebody was talking about Chinatown. What was the last time Chinese people said we are going to build our kingdom? If the Yorubas or Igbos want to live in a certain community, peacefully live there. It is your problem. Must you come and shove that in the face of the Ghanaian people? If your brothers want to buy lands and live in the same community, what has that got to do with us? Don't come and shove it in our face with this arrogance that we are going to build and name it after our ancestors. Did your ancestors fight for any land in Ghana? They want to name roads after them. We named road after Talewa by Ibalewa because he did something for Ghanaians. What has your ancestor done for Ghanaians? Stop this nonsense. Now let me call on our Nigerian brothers. Ghana, for you guys should not. Nobody should use this as a means of hating on any Nigerian. Nigerians, as every human being, you find bad people in there. You find good people in there. And because Nigerians have the numbers, their population is very huge. So the likelihood that if you are finding criminals in Nigeria, you will find 10 criminals and find 1 in Ghana is high because their population is very huge. So if you meet Nigerians, the same way if you're looking for good people, you will find good people, 10 good people in Nigeria, and you'll find 1 good person in Ghana because of numbers. So nobody should start tagging Nigeria for your criminals in there. Please, we are one people. Just that this person cannot create any tribal tension. Mutaka, please look through his documents and if possible deport him. Let them re-elect somebody else to take over the leadership. Period. Danny, on for some song. That's your young Ukuma. I captain about Chile, you are going to us way out. One of my grannies has I want to show most of you. Just a scan come. Men fact problem.